I'm just gonna give everybody a couple minutes to hop on. Thank you to everybody who's already on here. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you too, Ariel.
Good to see you too.
Hopefully you're not freezing where you all are. 80 degrees in Florida here today, so I'm sweating.
It's just wet here in Ohio. It's just been raining for the last like 2 days straight.
I'm gonna be up in Ohio in February. I'm coming up for regionals.
Oh, that'll be a
I know, right? Why would I come up in February to Ohio?
that'll be an interesting because you never know what weather you're gonna get. Like it could very well be snowing. It could be spring. It could be 80 degrees. We
Yeah.
won't know until
Now I've got
last
that.
yeah last week. Last week we were in the negatives. That is 50 degrees today. This is great. Super nice.
That's crazy. See, my brother's up in Cleveland and he's texting me. He's like, we just got 2 feet of snow. And I'm like, that sucks. I'm down in Florida. Have fun with that.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not cold this week because with all this rain, we would be buried right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that one. I can handle the rain. What I can't handle is like the ice and the like.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. Oh gosh, how are the rest of you all doing? Hopefully, well. Good.
Good,
Doing good. It's a lot of rain.
better
Y'all
than snow.
see, and I like the snow because I'm like, at least the snow you can go skiing or snowmobiling. Rain is just wet and just abysmal.
People from you like snow until you have until you street park. And then you have to have move your car 10 times every month. And I'm in Minnesota and last year we had 5 snow emergencies in December, but this year
my
we've gotten 2 inches of snow all year, which
That's
is
crazy.
really, really crazy for us.
I have a friend who's out in Minnesota and she's like, I want to come to Florida too. And I was like, hop on a plane, like we'll make this happen for you. Get you out of that nasty, nasty weather. I was up in Louisville this past weekend and it was like in the negatives, and I'm going, why did I do this? Why? So
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
been negative here. It's terrible.
Oh God, that is miserable. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get things started. I know I want to be respectful of everybody's time, so thank you for those of you that did hop on. If you would just be kind enough to very quickly just give a quick introduction of who you are and which class that you were a part of for the World Clinic. I did invite both 2021 and 2022 to be on this call. As per usual, you guys know me, I'm going to keep things pretty laid back, just kind of go over a couple things on the agenda, open it up for any ideas for you all, and kind of go from there. So, Stephen, if you could just say hi and tell everybody your class, and we'll go from there.
Sure. Yep. Stephen Anderson. I was in the class of 23. So I went to the last World Clinic. Anything else you want me to say? Sorry.
Feel like you'd like to, then feel free. The floor is yours.
No, I guess I'm good.
You're good then. Yep, Kevin.
Oh, hold on. I'm Kevin Mankey. I was in the class of 23, so I was at the most recent one in Dallas as well.
Excellent. Maggie.
I'm Maggie Kinnear. I was also at the Dallas Convention, class of 2023.
I've got all the Dallas people. Paul. If you can't get it, I can.
All right, sorry, I was getting unmuted. Paul Marchese, it's the class of 23. It's nice to see some familiar faces from the convention.
Perfect. Garrett.
I'm Garrett. I was at the Dallas convention in 23 as well.
23 showing strong here. Jacob.
Yeah, same class of 23, Dallas convention.
Perfect. Ulysses.
Hey, class of 22. That was from Vegas, and I'm still recovering.
Happy to have you on here. Harrison. Harrison, I can't hear you, but it looks like you're unmuted. Harrison, I will come back to you. John,
Sorry, I just jumped in here. What are we saying?
Hi.
who you are and what convention you attended.
John Tarbo from East Lametta Marlins, East Lametta High School up in Massachusetts. I was at ASCA World 2023.
Perfect. And then David.
Hi, I'm David. Blue Seal Swim Club. I attended ASCA World Clinic 2022.
Perfect. And then we've got both Dan and Jen on. I'm not sure if either of you want to introduce yourselves again, just because we're doing it now.
Hi guys, Jennifer Lamont, CEO of ASCA. Great to see you all get on here, and I'm just going to do mostly listening and jump in if needed or if you have any questions. Thanks.
Dan Maslow, I'm the Director of Member Engagement and Events. Just like Jen, I will be doing mostly listening, but I wanted to say hi. Please, if you have any questions or if you have anything that you want help with, whether it's for upcoming clinics or with the mentor program or the ambassadors program, don't hesitate to reach out for me.
Excellent. All right, so I'm just going to keep us moving here. I know that we were going to go over a couple of clinics and opportunities to get involved with ASCA. So Dan, as he mentioned, is our new manager of events and member engagement. I keep messing up his title. Sorry, Dan. But he is involved in running all of our
Director.
Oh, I'm sorry, director. I'm sorry. So anyway, so he is involved in running all of our clinics and again, a lot of our different projects. But one of the new clinics that Dan has headed off, and I'm not sure if any of you have seen this, is that we are going to be hosting a clinic in Hawaii in April. So if you all are looking for another way to get involved, obviously Hawaii, I mean, I'm going to stay out there for a little while after the clinic itself. But if you want more information on that, go to our clinics tab on our homepage of our website. And it's all the information is there. It's April 19th through the 21st. Again, highly encourage you to attend. I understand Hawaii might be a little bit difficult to get to, so I did just want to do a plug for the World Clinic as well. Obviously you all have been to a World Clinic at some point, so you know what it's like, you know what, you know how things operate. This year we are hosting the World Clinic in Orlando, so come on down here to Florida with me, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. I'm definitely trying to make sure that I head to Orlando this year. So that is on my books. Once it was Orlando, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to go.
Does anybody else know if they've considered coming in 24? Like, no pressure now, but I'm really just curious how many people are considering, at least considering going. Anybody?
I'll be attending.
Perfect. Maggie?
I think I might, not sure.
Good,
I'm
good.
considering.
Ulysses, that's great. So we got a good bunch of you. That's awesome. Excellent. Well, that's great. So we would love to see you there. For those of you that were in Dallas last year, you remembered that I did try to involve the alumni at some point. Nothing too extreme, just popping in, saying hi, helping me run some of the sessions. So if you're interested in that, I will probably reach out again closer to the event to just, again, try to keep you all involved, try to keep you all engaged as much as possible. So we've got the Hawaii Clinic and we've got the World Clinic. Other ways to get involved that don't involve you to travel or to take any extra time or effort out of your schedule. We've talked about ASCA Lives before. Does everybody remember what those are or when we host them? Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Yeah, definitely do remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a friendly reminder, we do host 2 of those per month. They're typically at 1 p.m. on Wednesdays. I realize that a lot of people can't attend those, but we do offer them on a variety of different subjects, a variety of different topics. If you're interested in presenting on any of those ASCA Lives, I am currently opening that up and I am currently filling up all of our holes for the 2024 season. So again, if you or if any of the coaches that you work with, your networks are probably a lot bigger than mine at this point. So please feel free to send anybody my way. Like if you know a good speaker, it's very low key, 45 minutes of talking, 15 minutes of Q&A. You get to spend an hour with me, which I don't think is too terrible. But definitely if you know of anybody, your head coaches, your assistants, yourselves, shameless plug to have that sent my way. It's also a very easy way for you to earn your ACEs. So if any of you are getting your certifications, so for levels 3, 4, and 5, you need X amount of ACEs. but that is a very, very easy way. You get 4 aces for attending, and I grant them to you right there live while you're in the actual meeting itself. So don't forget to take advantage of those. And then a new thing that we've launched is that we just replaced our magazine with the Ask a Blog. So if anybody's interested in doing blog posts, I personally am not a blogger, but if you want to be a blogger, again, if you know anybody else that wants to be a blogger, I am open to all topics as long as they relate to swim coaching. They're just meant to be short, sweet, to the point. Just something to engage with our members, ways to get their voices out there. So again, if anybody's interested in either of those things, please let me know.
All right, this is a good question. Is the blog going to be where like the workout Wednesdays that were on the old website?
So that is a very good question. I'm actually going to pull this up here and I'm going to share the screen very, very briefly. And I will actually probably keep sharing. So with the blog itself, I'm actually working on building the page, but that lives here under our publications. And we do have a separate workout exchange itself that does host all of the workouts. We did have that social media concept, the Workout Wednesdays, for a while. Unfortunately, it fell apart and I haven't picked it back up, but there are a ton of workouts. My computer's lagging, apologies. But there are a ton of workouts that live in that workout exchange. So 2 separate places, but you can contribute your content to that workout exchange as well if you are interested. So just wanted to very briefly show you that difference there. Did that answer your question, David?
Yeah, it did. Thanks.
Perfect. All right, I know I've been doing a lot of talking. So do we have any questions over anything that I have covered so far? And feel free to interrupt me at any time if you do. Negative, okay. And I can't remember if we did this, especially for our 2022 and our 2023 alumni. I very briefly wanted to go over the website and show you where some useful stuff is. Did we do that for you all in the past and show you how to use? Okay, so what I'm going to do is
No.
perfect, excellent. And this is a great point to do it. So what I'm going to do is when we go to conferences, and I'm kind of going to ask Jen to step in here too, I will show you some of the basic stuff and she can kind of navigate. We have a whole pitch that we give now when we go to conferences. So if you want to talk your way through some of those big features, Jen, and I can navigate.
Right then the dog starts barking. Yeah, we got our we kind of got our dog and pony show worked out here lately. Okay, so when you come to the ASCA webpage, swimmingcoach.org, we have set it up to hopefully easily allow you to get through these boxes that are right here in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes in the front here. The middle ones are probably your most go-to resources. So the first one is educational resources. And if you just click on that box and learn more, up comes your list of educational resources. And they're all in these various categories. You can get straight to the Talks library, to articles, to Ask a Lives, to Doc Talks. There's so much information here that's right here at your fingertips. We tried to organize it in a way, as you can see, that you can just click through and get to it. I really encourage all of you to just take some time. We're not going to do it right now, but just start clicking through these things. And especially down here where you see Russell Mark Technique Video Library and Russell Mark Performance Library. This information is available only to ASCA members, and you're only going to be able to get this far, by the way, if you're logged in as your ASCA member, as an ASCA member into your account. And right here, all kinds of, whenever he does analysis and data, like data analysis, and also on the other one, video analysis, he posts it here. And hot tip, by the way, he's about to do a whole new upload of new information in the next, I'm going to say 1 to 2 weeks. So it's just an amazing resource that's only available to ASCA members. Everybody who looks here goes, oh my God, I wish I had known this was here earlier. So I'm going to put in my plug here. See all these videos here? And as you know, well, maybe you don't know, but Russell is the premier resource for stroke technique really in the world. He worked for USA Swimming with all the Olympians and the national team for 20 years. He now works for us. And he does all these videos for us. And he's really, in the last couple of years, done a lot more with age groupers. So there's really something for everyone. So anyway, that's all your resources here. So back out to the front page, the next box over is member benefits. So here's another place where you can quickly get to a ton of members only benefits, all here in a way, hopefully that you can just click through and get to what you're looking for. Whether it's our mentor program, our ambassador program that Dan talked about, the 30 under 30 grants obviously are here. We up at the top here, I just want to point out, because so many people don't know about this amazing resource, is this Safe Sport Legal Consulting Service, which is, we have an attorney on retainer at ASCA. It's the ASCA attorney that is available to any of our members to pick up the phone and call. And you don't have to go through us. We don't have to know what the issue is. It can just be a question you're asking, or it can be you're getting accused of something, or you have a formal allegation. It can be anything. It could be that you just want some education for your team or for you. It can be anything, and they're available to you. So please take advantage of that. There's just so many issues. And by the way, when you click on that, there's a series of videos if you're looking for some education on, he did one of the attorneys there did a whole series of videos on various topics. So, and again, this is from the coach perspective. So you can always go to USA Swimming. They're going to give you their perspective on safe sport, but this is from an advocacy point of view. This attorney is your advocate, not the attorney for safe sport. So anyway, that's just a really good benefit that a lot of folks don't know about. But
I
check
can
it.
say,
Yeah.
Jennifer, that I've actually used it for a case that I've had at work, and it helped, it guided me in terms of what were the appropriate steps to manage, and it was able to be dealt with in a favorable manner. So I can say, I can vouch for that use.
I love it. Yeah, no, it's two attorneys. They're very well known in the safe sport arena, handle all kinds of, not just swimming, all kinds of sports. And they're really friendly, nice guys, and very knowledgeable. So it's glad to hear you use them. I can't, emphasize enough how much that benefit. Again, we're paying for it every month. And so we want our members to take advantage of it. That's a member only benefit. Okay. And there's the link for their website. Yep. All right, so yeah, there's the workout exchange, all the stuff. Just peruse through that. If you're ever gonna, take some time on the website, I would do those two areas: educational resource and member benefits. There's also Get Involved, which has other things like the mentor program, the 30 under 30, the fellows is a great next step for you all. Now that you're involved in ASCA, the fellows program, read about that. When you want to get involved in a committee, Coaches of Color meets at World Clinic and sometimes throughout the year as well. And there's the ability to contribute content. So that is in a nutshell what's on the, but let's go back to the front page and just quickly show you, if you're just looking for what's new, what's happening, it's right down here under featured content. This is upcoming things. Scroll down again. You can get to our tweets. You can get to our career center. If you go to the bottom here where it says view all jobs under careers, that gets you to the whole full page and all the listings of jobs. It's a great resource. Go down here as a featured talk where you can just click and watch a featured talk. And then all along the bottom here are other buckets of information that, that help you learn more about what's going on at ASCA. So that is the website in a nutshell. It's all the benefits that are available to you, and we hope that you use them.
Yep, and I'm very briefly going to go into a different section here too. Thanks, Jen.
Okay.
Another piece here that's important is that if you guys want to continue your certifications, please go through this section. I'm not going to take the whole call to go over it, but definitely go through here. It tells you your requirements, what you need to do. And then I know this seems really counterintuitive, but if you all are looking for the videos, so like I said, if you miss an ASCA Live, if you want to watch one of the 300 videos that are available as part of your membership, they all live here in the free store categories. Like I said, I know it's counterintuitive, but that's how it works. So you can go through and you can get the whole entire talks library with 300 titles. You can get all the ASCA Live talks that have ever been done since 2021 when it launched, all the free doc talks. Obviously we have a couple paid items in here, like from the World Clinic in 23 and from our most recent clinic, but there are so many categories here that you can see that are all just free to be at your disposal. So if you guys want to watch it like in a coach's meeting, at your pool, however you want to handle that. And then as soon as you do watch the videos, you are granted credit. So like I said, during those ACEs, if you're trying to get your certifications, that is where those are really going to come in handy, because you can watch. Like I had one person, I can't even believe he did this. He watched all 300 talks in the talks library. So the man has like literally like 5,000 credits. It's absolutely crazy. So if you feel motivated to do that, you can certainly do that. But yes, so just take advantage of those and use them to your advantage. Does anybody have any questions about the website that I can direct you to, or that I can show you while you're online? Because I want you all to use this. Like I said, everything that we've shown you is part of your membership itself. Or maybe you have a question like, hey, like I would really like this, and I can try to figure out if we have it on the website for you. But if you do, feel free to talk now so I can help you with that. And if you don't, that's okay too. Negative, okay. One last thing here that I'll show you and then we'll move on. I definitely encourage you to log into your Ask a profile, because we have our own, I call it like a Facebook community. You can see all these people are joining, they're introducing themselves. We're trying to get it to take off. So if you ever feel motivated to post, for those of you that are in the Dallas group, we do have our own private group here on YM that you all should have been added to. 2022, I think you have it as well. I have not been nearly as active, but again, there is a spot in there if you'd like to post, or if you'd like to try to message anybody that you connected with at the World Clinic. So definitely recommend. And as you can see, they have a really fun game over here. Apparently me and Mike are going back and forth as to who the most frequent contributor is. So feel free to toss your cap into that competition as well. All right.
So I would like to just ask a question. How many of you were aware of these things we've just gone over? These benefits or resources?
Kind of, sort of.
Or not,
I
kind of, sort of?
was not. This is new to me. This is helpful.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard about it, but never knew actually how to get to it.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Last time I was on the ASCA site, it's been a while, but it didn't look nearly as user friendly to use. So this looks a lot easier to get around too.
Agreed.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, so that's why Ariel and I have made a point of doing this, like walk through the website every meeting we have and every group we're in front of, because we're finding people are saying the same thing you are. So all I ask is that share this information, right? Share it with your networks, because that's how, you know, we've spent a lot of time and effort to put these resources and these benefits together for members. And now our challenge is to get people to just use them. So anything you can do to share the information with your colleagues in your network, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're also happy to host, you know, like I don't care to take time to show somebody how to operate the website. I'm the one that built it. So if you have any complaints, you know where to send them. But I am the one that built it, so I generally know where everything is at. So, you know, again, feel free to ask for help, and I'm more than happy to do that. So all right, so we're going on to the next point here is the course project. So Jen, I know that was your brainchild. I don't know if you want to try to explain that first, and then we can kind of hop in from there.
Okay, so I would love for ASCA to be able to come up with a way to provide new coaches with some sort of orientation. And it's a little challenging in the sense that every new coach is in a different situation, different environment, could be at any age, could be, you know, any type of swimmer they're coaching. And so it's challenging in that sense, but I think it would be really cool if ASCA had a new coach orientation. And I wanted to throw it out to you guys and brainstorm a little bit about what it would be. And it could be anything from an online course to a live, you know, series of live interactions on, you know, virtually. It could be in person, it could be written. I'm literally just opening up any possibility at this point, and also the content, like what would you all think would be helpful or would have been helpful if you think back to when you were a brand new coach. And we do have our level 1 certification, which is an introductory online course. I don't know how many of you have taken it, but it's a very, it's like 14 chapters of very basic information, but good information That's like an introduction, but I don't need, this would be even prior to that. Just you're a brand new coach and you need help, and I want to figure out how ASCA can provide that help. So does that make sense to you guys? Do you feel like that's something that is needed, and what would it be? I'm going to throw it open to you all.
So my question is, because I've experienced Ask Level 1, but I've also from my work, I've also experienced the Swim America introductory course. So what I was asking, would it be kind of a combination of the some of the components in terms of Level 1, where you're looking at, okay, getting an idea in terms of like what type of coaching style you have, your philosophy, in combination with the Swim America courses, where it tells you, okay, these are the things that you have to be considering in terms of when you're a brand new coach. So aspects of, okay, the type of environment that you're going to be in, like knowing, working with like your program director in terms of, okay, what are the rules, what are the regulations, what are the safety components? Because those type of like concepts are not necessarily in the Level 1 program, which well, I don't have the most up-to-date one, but just from what the previous one, where it talked about, okay, getting an understanding of kids' biological standpoints, you as a coach, how do you apply it? How understanding kids' biological, understanding like the different type of clubs that they are in. So that was kind of where my getting an idea in terms of this introductory course for coaches. Would it be more in terms of like the nitty-gritty of, okay, these are the things that you kind of will expect when you come into a program for the first time?
And David, I'm dropping in all of the chapters that are in the new Level 1 so you can kind of see. But those are good ideas to start. Anybody else have ideas or concepts? Like I said, I just dropped in all of the chapters that are in our Level 1 course, so that way we're not repeating or, recreating the wheel.
Would it make sense to have something like a mentor program where you're a brand new coach and you're assigned a group, a person or a group, or just trying to think creatively here, what would be most helpful? Maybe it's not going online and doing a course, although it could be that, could be what David just described. But maybe it's more like a person you can trust, who you say, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing related to whatever, talking to this parent, talking to this kid, writing this workout. Does that sound like something?
I think yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I think that looking back to when I was starting out, having a combination of a mentor combined with, so I took Level 1 a few years in, and I was like, wow, I really wish that I would have had this when I first started.
Okay.
And even just kind of maybe this would be super simple, I would think, just like making it more clear what Level 1 is. Because I wasn't aware that it was those just kind of, here's how you communicate, here's how you talk to parents. So like kind of labeling that as a new coaches, this is a great place for you to start. Would have been really helpful for me. And then a mentor combined with that, I feel like I would have been, those are two really great resources.
Yeah, I'll say like for college coaching, they do have that mentorship program, and I'm doing that for the first time this year, and I found it to be very helpful. And just, we meet like once a month and discuss just random topics a lot, and it's like assigned once a month what you're talking about. But a lot of times we just end up just talking shop and, seeing what they're doing that helps, and, it just goes off, and I found that to be very helpful. So I think that would be good for beginner coaches for sure.
Yeah, and that's the same thing for me when I started. I would say definitely that mentorship. Like I had because I started with ASCA immediately once I started my coaching journey. But the thing that I didn't have was that mentorship, and it took me a number of years to be able to like ask questions. So I had mentors, but kind of the questions that I had in relation to ASCA, because not many of the coaches were into the ASCA program. So some of the questions that I had asked I wasn't really getting in terms of that specific aspect of the journey, or it ended up being where my same mentors or the persons who are around me are actually learning off me. So I think for new coaches, I think having that mentorship program would be very beneficial to help them to where they can ask specific questions, or if they, again, what was just mentioned, talk shop would be a really good option to help and be with.
Yeah, I'll add too. I think one other thing that I was like looking for, yearning for when I was first starting as a coach was just like career development, like what that path looks like and like what the different paths could be. Because I was working on a club team where we were a small club team, but pretty high performing, and it felt very much like I have no idea what else I could be doing or what else in this like sport I could be doing from like a coaching standpoint. So I think that would be helpful too.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys are aware of the the mentor program that we have at ASCA is actually developed based on the CSCAA one. And it's the same concept. It's a triad, gold, silver, and bronze based on experience, and you meet once a month on Zoom and we give topics. It's the same program. And it's very successful. I feel like maybe based on what you guys are saying, we can adapt that program and make it specifically like really encourage a brand new coach. Because I think that perhaps you guys, well, one, you probably didn't know about it as a brand new coach. Well, you guys were probably new coaches before it was in existence, but I don't think brand new coaches know about it, and they may feel intimidated to apply for it. And maybe if we make a specific version of it that's for new coaches, that it might be easier and, a safer way that folks would feel like they should sign up for it.
Could it be something where at the conclusion, so something similar to what we're doing right now, where you brought up the website, could it be something where at the conclusion of the level 1 course, or as I mentioned in the descriptor of the level 1 course, you could say, at the conclusion of that, we can introduce you to the mentorship program. So they have a direct link to say, okay, I've done all of this. Here are some options that I can do some connection with.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
One other thing, and this was something I had spoken to Ariel about, where we can also from looking at in terms of, I know a lot of in terms of new coaches, they have that kind of understanding of okay, the basics of the strokes, and where we look into helping them outside of like the logistical aspects of it, we can also look at in terms of a good integration in terms of the environment from an age group perspective. So like a breakdown saying, okay, you're a new coach, you're most likely going to be age group. Here's like a brief run through of like how a typical age group program could be, how a typical high school program could be, how a typical college program could be. So like just brief descriptors of, like, as what was stated, like the career paths and advancements. So like you can just do a small rundown of, okay, these are these components, here were a general idea what they can contain. Because then that may guide it in terms of when they go into level 2, which is like the strokes component, in combination with the workout, how to create the workout courses, that there is at least, okay, this is the pathway where I kind of want to lean towards. These are the specific things that I will need to help me develop it as well.
Good stuff.
That's my specialty area. I like that whole career development and phase area. So I hear you 100%.
Okay. Well, thanks guys. Appreciate the input. we may be coming back to you for to be mentors and to, you know, for more information as we develop it.
Perfect. So next year that I just had on the agenda, we're doing great on time here, is that I just wanted to kind of open it up to see what we could do better to help you all and to keep you engaged. Obviously, we had 60 people that were part of 30 Under 30, and I did have quite a few that reached out and said they couldn't make it because of work. But is there anything that you would like to see from us to help keep you engaged, especially as alumni of the 30 Under 30 program? I know the first year was kind of like the kickoff year, and it was really big on just getting you all to the World Clinic. And then this year, when I was in Dallas, I know I talked to you all about doing the quarterly meetings. So the quarterly meetings, they're just going to kind of be laid back like this, checking in with everybody, seeing what we can do to help. But is there anything else that you all would like to suggest or like to bring forward that we can do to better support you guys as 30 Under 30s? And there's no wrong answer. Harrison, go ahead if you can unmute.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, we can hear you kind of. How are you doing?
Yeah, just a suggestion on
Harrison, we're having trouble hearing you.
are you getting me now?
You might have to put it in the
Hello?
box. There you are again. You can try.
Are you getting me now?
Yes.
Okay, so just a few seconds. I think for me,
Oh, Harrison, we lost you. Go ahead and put it in the chat box though, so we can see. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
okay, fine.
Sorry, we're having mic trouble with you.
Okay, fine.
Does anybody
Yeah.
else, while Harrison is typing his idea, does anybody else have anything that we can do for you?
I was, as a suggestion on like part of the quarterly meetings, kind of a little bit similar to like what we're talking about in terms of the mentorship, where like, for example, in my year, 2022, we had Bill come and we had that introduction meeting and he introduced to us and he spoke to us, came to different tables. So maybe it might be a good idea, especially whether with us within the quarterly meetings or even for the new kids coming in for new coaches coming in for 2024, that in the lead up we could have like a specific coach or like, as I said, like kind of like different areas that in those quarterly meetings could have discussions with us in terms of like where their perspective is, so that we can like open up and get like questions and say, okay, how did you get through this? What's like working through there? So it's, yes, somebody's kind of talking to us, but it also gives us that opportunity to interact and hear from our different perspectives, ask questions. So it's not, so we get an opportunity to speak to each other about our experiences as a group, more so than kind of like the individual side of things.
During that quarterly call, basically bringing somebody in to talk, to share their perspective, and to offer support.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. I don't see why not.
And I think it would be great if you all who are at World Clinic come by and support the new class. They're going to want to hear from you. You know, you've been in their shoes, and I think it would be really cool if you all come and get to know them and network with them and share your thoughts.
Yeah, because I'm familiar with Wonders, and there's another coach from Jamaica who was part of the 2023 class. And then once she had told me, for example, that she had gotten through leading up to it, she and I had been in dialogue and okay, what's to expect, some of the things, and even when she came back, we had been in discussion in terms of okay, here's what. So I've at least from my end, once I knew somebody that went to the clinic and was specifically part of this, that have been always been keeping up as that like a channel of dialogue in terms of like my experience. So once I go to Orlando, I'll definitely be no problem assisting in terms of that from my own personal experience.
Awesome. Thank you. It's appreciated. Does anybody else have any other suggestions that they'd like to bring up? Like I said, feel free to drop it in now. Harrison, I haven't heard you from your chat yet, so feel free to drop that in the chat too, since your microphone's having trouble. Okay, if anybody doesn't have anything else, the only other question that I had for you all is moving forward with these 30 under 30 calls. Like today, for example, I only invited our alumni to be a part of it just because you are a consistent group. I have all of your contact information. I've worked with all of you. So I do have a quick poll. I've never done this before on Zoom, so I figured now would be a great chance to try it. But I'm launching the poll here. So my question to you all is, do you think that we should have our 30 under 30 meetings be open to just our alumni? Or do you think that we should open it up to any 30 under 30 coach to attend? Obviously, I want to keep this, I want value to go to our 30 under 30 grant winners, but at the same time, I know that a lot of people can also benefit. So if you could just feel free to plop in your answer to the question here. Like I said, I've never done this before, so we'll see what happens. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just more simply, I'm really curious what people think. Give people a couple more seconds here to finish it off. This is actually kind of fun. I've never done this. All right, last call for you to vote if you have not voted. All right, and I'm going to end the poll. So, all right, so we're kind of split. So it looks like open to anyone, but maybe have some special alumni events only. So that way we're serving both the grant winners and the general 30 under 30 population that is out there. I guess I can share the results. So that's cool that you can kind of see that. So, okay, thanks all. I appreciate your input here. And then it looks like Harrison's suggestion was in the chat. More support in terms of transportation and accommodation. Yes, I hear you there, Harrison. Does anybody else have anything that they want to add before I let you go? We only have 15 minutes left, but I want to be cognizant of everybody's time. So Jen or Dan or anybody else that wants to add anything, the floor is yours.
I just want to reiterate that the whole point of the 30 under 30 program, the reason the board developed it and approved it it's a lot of money, to bring in, to pay for 30 folks every year to come to World Clinic. And the reason that we made that investment is because we strongly believe that the future of the sport is you. And that it's so important for you to know, as you're young and upcoming in the sport, that there's such a great community out there and there's so many resources available to you. And the whole point is that if you can go to a World Clinic, you can tap into that and you can just get that first glimpse at the incredible community that's out there and what's really available, not only in the US, but around the world, related to our sport. And so I hope that that is the experience that you had when you went to the World Clinic. And I hope that you continue to, carry on that that mantle, that you are the future. And hopefully you will develop the networks and use the experience that you had at World Clinic to continue to develop your community, to continue to reach out to ASCA for resources, to continue to encourage other coaches to become part of ASCA, because the more we come together as coaches and the more solidarity we have, the more we can do for the sport and the more we can do for the profession. So that's the whole point of ASCA in the end, right? Like, we're the professional association that supports coaches. So the more we have and the more active that you are in the association, the better for everyone. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for joining back in today. I hope you continue to, and please bring some more folks over with you, and get also others to apply for the grant, because we really want it to be successful and we want the new generation of coaches to come in and become the leaders in our association and in the sport.
Awesome. Before everybody logs off, I did want to just make a note. I am tentatively looking at April 16th. We can either do 12 or 1 p.m. I'm probably leaning towards 1 p.m. just that way it's not over the lunch hour, but that is what I am tentatively looking to host for the next call. That'll be right before we leave for Hawaii, actually. So, does anybody do you think that would all work for you? That 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock time?
Is that Eastern?
That would be Eastern. Yes, thank you.
12 would work best for me.
12 would work best.
Yeah.
So we like this noon slot then? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I will confirm that on my calendar and just make sure that I am open that day, although I don't foresee anything, but I will put it at noon on April 16th. So if you want to mark it on your calendars now, I will see if we can get some advertising out to potentially get more people to come on board for that one, to include others. And then maybe the next one, we'll close it back down to just our alumni. But for now, that's all I've got. So thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate your time. And as always, if you need anything, most of you have my text, email, whatever you need to get in contact with me. So we will see you in April, if hopefully not sooner.
Thank you again, Ariel. Really appreciate
you.
having this meeting.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Everyone.